Hey there, Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I want to start off by apologizing for the glitchiness that is happening. Everybody's using the internet in the world right now, and it is definitely slowing everything down over here, so I'm sorry about that. I want to thank you so much for the good thoughts, for the nice messages, for the healing energy and vibes that were sent my way as I've been dealing with this virus. I am definitely on the upswing. I will be coughing throughout this video at times. Please excuse that. And I want to ask you right now if you could go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Be sure to leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on with you. I feel like I've been missing out on everybody. It does help me to promote my video and the analytics, but that means that more people will get the messages and that the Spirit's bringing. So you help me, I help you, right? Okay, so I'm going to go over some of the stuff that's going on with the planets because there's so much happening this month. Holy cow. And then I do channel a message for you, and then we will do the 9-card spread, and we'll just see where all that takes us, okay? So this is for the sun sign period of Taurus, which starts at 10:45 a.m. on April 19th and runs through May 19th. The Venus rules Taurus, and she's in Gemini, and she is not happy there, and this is a big deal because she's slowing down, getting ready to go retrograde, and as she goes retrograde, there's several things that are important. One, don't be making any risky investments, but I don't think anybody can do that right now anyway. Two, take extra time with the relationships that you care about. Listen, talk, have those good communication skills because it gets really murky. Ooh. Wow. Okay. And that rarely happens if there's 3 cards in one position. Okay. So you know, allow yourself know that excess could come back. Be discerning. Relationships that start during this time frame might flame really hot, but then they usually burn out, so watch out for that too. If your relationship has imminent end in sight, this could trigger that. So if it's not what you want, extra TLC, super important. Communication, right? So then we have Mars, which is in Aquarius right now. That's great because for the next few weeks there you can get some stuff done still, because once it moves on the 18th of May into Pisces, then it gets sluggish and slow, and so that's going to be kind of like slogging through knee-deep mud, but eventually it gets into Aries and it spends 5 months there. So even though there will be that period of, oh my gosh, things aren't moving very fast, that'll go for like a month and a half, but then we get a lot of help from Mars for the rest of the year. So we have new moon coming up on April 22nd, and the full moon, that one's in Taurus, and the full moon in Scorpio is on May 7th. Both of these have some really harsh angles going on with them, and so I'll do videos on those, but those are going to be kind of dicey times. And the North Node is moving out of Cancer into Gemini. It will be there on May 5th for a little bit and wobbles back for 2 more eclipses into Capricorn, Cancer. But if you have Gemini or Sagittarius strong in your chart, these eclipses coming up for the next 18 months are definitely going to be affecting you. And so that's just something to be on the lookout for. Mercury, which rules Virgo and Gemini, is moving really fast right now. It's no surprise, right? But it's Aries into Taurus into Gemini. It gets into Gemini on May 11th. So fast moving energy, lots of communication. And so even though Mercury will be happy to communicate once it gets into Gemini, we have that weird thing going on with Virgo. So communication could still be a little tough. All right, then the retrograde parade starts. So we have Pluto going retrograde on April 25th, and this is actually a nice thing. This is kind of like all those changes, all this chaos that's been going on ever since January 12th when we had that eclipse with the Pluto Saturn conjunction, and everything's just been kind of like blowing up everywhere. Now that Pluto's going to go backwards, it's a time to go over the ground that's been transformed and see where, okay, taking stock of where you are and what's been transformed, and what was beneficial, what can you use, how can you use it, because Saturn is also going to go retrograde on May 11th through the 29th, and so that's also going to be about reorganizing and reevaluating things, and it actually gets into Capricorn on July 1st, and it is there until it gets back into Aquarius on the 21st of December. And so there is this time to just really catch our breath and reorganize and move things back around to the way we need them to through the summer into the fall. November gets dicey, but and Jupiter is going to go retrograde on May 14th. So a good time to look at things and say, okay, so where can I lay the foundations for my success plan? So it's a lot of time to look things over again, and to assess all these changes and figure out what you can make that's beneficial. A couple of things to put on your calendar: April 26th, sudden changes, hopefully good. I don't know. So mark that one and pay attention. A really good day for creative energy would be April 30th. So you can put a star on that day. May 3rd, gosh, we got Venus in a square with Neptune. I mean, people might be saying they love you, and I wouldn't be believing it. So watch out for that energy. May 4th, though, much better communication day because the sun will be in conjunction with your ruling planet of Mercury. So that pretty much, May 17th looks good. May 17th, hopefully we can all get out there and hang out with people because it'll be really uplifting, happy energy with Jupiter in conjunction with the sun. So when I was getting into your energy, what I saw was this plant pushing up through the ground. I really think it was a basil plant. It looked like a basil plant to me. So I looked up what basil meant, and basil it's a very protective energy. It sets boundaries. It helps to banish bad habits and low energy. It's a healing energy, and so allowing that to push up into your life, this healing, this setting those healthy boundaries. That was really all I saw. It wasn't very detailed. Part of that could be that my energy is difficult right now, but it just felt like balance and healing and being grounded. So if you are not getting outside, if you are not getting your back against a tree or your hands into the dirt, try to do those things. If you can't do those things because maybe you're stuck in an apartment and no way to get out, can you take a saltwater bath? And that's very grounding also. It's very good for you. All right, so nice overall energy for this month coming up. You have the white raven, and the white raven says trust in the magic. And so all this chaos and everything that's going on in that fellow earth sign of yours up there in Capricorn, it's trine energy, and so it could be really benefiting you. It is happening, though, in your 5th house of creativity, fun, romance. All this banging around, and then it gets into some of it's in Aquarius now, and that is 6th house is ruled by Virgo, and so this is a real opportunity, I think, for creating order out of chaos for you that ends up being highly beneficial, especially if you take advantage of all that energy of retrograde that's going to be going on once we get to the middle of Taurus season there around the 12th of May there until we get into the middle of October. And so real opportunity for success, actually. So here in the heart space, you have the key to the situation is reclaim your power. So if you've never been here before, welcome. This is past, present, future thoughts, feelings, actions, and I will go ahead and I will clarify with some cards here. So reclaiming your power. like finding your balance again, right? Trusting in the magic of all these things that have been going on, that they're actually happening for you. In the recent past, you've been thinking about, what do I really love? Who do I really love? Maybe. Because this stuff has been going on in your area of creativity, fun, and romance. So it could be, who do you love? Um, it could be, what do you love, and where do you want to go with all this, and how do you want to move things forward? Mm. Saturn is going to be transiting through your sixth house of work-life balance. And so I think it's about finding that spot in your life that you're comfortable with, for the next 2.5 years. And so there's probably been a lot of thoughts been going around with that. So in the area of transformation, you have the cow spirit. The miracles are endless. Right? Like, there's magic and there's miracles and there's things happening, and these things can be very beneficial if you allow for that to happen for you. And then you have claim your independence, the cat spirit. So this is about you deciding what's important to you and knowing and believing that you can create what you want. And taking a look at these pieces that are going to be laying on the ground in front of us, right? And discerning what is of value to you and how can you create that work-life balance that's so important. Okay, in the recent past, you've been struggling with what to let go of. It was time to let go of something. Was it a career situation? Was it a relationship? Um, Unlikely that it was marriage or, a committed partnership, because we're talking fifth house. And that's the dating scenario. So if you've been feeling like somebody is either work or romance, right? It could be either. If you feel like someone is over controlling you, it's time to reclaim your power, claim your independence, and let go of situations that don't work for you. At the same time, Virgo, it is important that you do not feel the need to control every detail of your life either, right? But there's a big difference between recognizing that and then going, oh, okay, yeah, but I'm going to let somebody else run my life. That's not good either. So be loyal to what you love. Your superpower is your ability to organize. The detriment of being a Virgo is that drive for perfection and everything. And so if there's a situation and you're like, well, if I just work at it harder, I can perfect the situation, maybe it's time to let it go. Maybe it's just not right. It's just not right for you. And it's not being a failure. It's recognizing that this is not in your best interest. Oh, look at this. Peacock. Spirit in the future. Let it shine. Let yourself shine. It's in your heart space. So opening up your heart space, and look, honestly, that's the heart space open there. So opening up your heart and shining it out into the world and being open to opportunities and open to love. In the recent past, you've been struggling to believe in yourself. I feel like there's a situation, and it feels like for most of you it's work, but for some of you it is not. For some of you it's family oriented in somehow or the other, where you've been feeling like, I'm just not good enough. If you have to work that hard to make people like you, then they're just not. They're there to teach you to like yourself first. Healthy boundaries, right? Banishing the bad habits, being protected, allowing the healing to come in. Right? They're just there to let you know. So then you could say, oh, I've learned that lesson, and you move on. Okay, yeah. Here we go. There's some situation you need to definitely break yourself free from and release yourself, because we have the horse. You had 3 that showed up here for the action for right now. You have horse spirit, freedom is yours. Dragonfly spirit, truth transcends illusion. And the grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Excuse me. Take a leap of faith. Reclaim your power. Whatever this is, relationships with people or a career or I don't know, or a boyfriend, girlfriend situation that's not so great, whatever it is, This is your opportunity to break free, take that leap of faith, and move yourself forward. And then Lion Spirit. This is you stepping into the power. The Leo is represents the ego of oneself. It's the confidence. It's the self-worth, self-value, self-esteem. Like, they totally get it. They're so confident. Be generous of spirit, but I want to say be generous of spirit to yourself. Value yourself. Believe in yourself. Have courage to do what is best for you. Whatever the situation is, it is time to let something go. And all this world standing still thing is an opportunity. You know, with all these changes and the chaos and everything, to take a look at the pieces and figure out, where do you want to go next? What do you want to build? Because what we do collectively, what we do individually at this point in time is laying the foundation for at least the next decade. I actually think it's more like 14 years or so. Look at this. In your heart space, in your thoughts, you have butterfly. So we've got the dragonfly, which is about transcending your spirit. And then here with the butterfly, to me, is about physically transforming your life. It says you can reinvent yourself. Open up to the rewards of change. You have the brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. Let your heart space shine. Love every part of your journey. Be grateful for the lessons that you've learned. They're beneficial. They're there to show you what works or doesn't work for you. They're there to teach you about yourself and allow your soul growth. Okay, I was going to say that again because that sounded funny even to me. To allow for soul growth. To allow yourself we incarnate into this world to learn things and to grow as souls. And this is a very difficult time that we chose bravely and courageously to step into. And so good for you. And so now allow this to happen. Allow for these changes. And look at this. In the heart space, you have music. Listen carefully for there being messages in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul or rekindle memories. So paying attention to the music you hear. If you have not been listening to music, maybe it's a good time to play some oldies but goodies that you love, things that make you feel good about yourself, that remind you of the joys in life, and you have abundance. And this is in the heart space. This is abundance in the heart space. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. There is enough abundance for everyone. So remember, this is about what you love, being loyal to what you love, being loyal to yourself, setting those healthy boundaries, allowing the healing to come in, lifting your vibrational energy through music. On YouTube, there's all these cute little videos. There's one that's called like happy music, morning music. They're just all kinds of little songs, and so they don't necessarily have words, but then, find what works for you. It gets me up in the morning and gets my day moving. So you have used power with wisdom. You learned things along the way. This is power. Knowledge is power, right? Wisdom comes from knowledge. They work together to help you, to allow you to transform your life. Be courageous. Be willing to take the risk. And act with fortitude and cooperation. Be generous of nature, right? Work in cooperation with others to get to where you want to go. But claim your independence. Working in cooperation doesn't mean laying down and being a doormat. It means being willing to step up into your power. I love that there's the sheep and the lion, right? The lion and the sheep can work together. They lay down in peace, right? You don't have to be at odds with what seems to be a natural enemy. There is a peaceful solution and way forward, but it's about being confident in yourself, knowing what it is you want, trusting in the universe, and trusting in the way things are falling into place right now. And taking a chance on yourself. Take a chance on yourself. My emotions are balanced. I react to others in an objective and loving way. Be generous of spirit, right? So this is Unakite. This is Unakite. My emotions are balanced. I react to others in an objective and loving way. This is a great mantra for you this month, right? I am generous of spirit. My emotions are balanced. I react to others in an objective and loving way. I am generous of spirit. My emotions are balanced. I react to others in an objective and loving way. The pieces are falling into place for you. It's a matter of recognizing them and allowing the change to happen. And trusting yourself. Having those healthy boundaries. All right, I think, pretty much back on schedule. I plan to be here on Monday, if all things go well. So I will look forward to doing the weeklies again. Really looking forward to it. So you take care of yourself. Looks like this is a healing time for you, but more than this, it's a time for you to step into your superpower of being you and trusting you. And that, Virgo is represented in tarot by the Hermit. That's that divine wisdom and seeking the light within, and then being willing to open up your heart and let it shine out. Okay? All right. I'll talk to you soon. You take care.